G'day viewers, it's Michael here again and welcome back to Single Racer. Now today's video was going to be about two small updates. One to a particular Assetto Land car and the other one to a well-known track from Race Department called the Old Spanish Trail Highway. And you might, if you like that track, you might really want this update because what the update mainly does is darken the track and hopefully make it look slightly more realistic. But I also wanted to take the opportunity to discuss two things that have recently come up. Now one is Australia based only really, and that is the final nail in the coffin or the death of the Holden Commodore. Now the Holden Commodore, if you don't know, is an Australian based car that's been around for 40 years, so 4 decades, and it had a huge rivalry here with Ford, as you might know from the old Bathurst races or even the current Bathurst races. But unfortunately, after 40 years, the Holden Commodore is no more. So what I thought I would do is drop the Assetto Land car and just drive a Holden instead on the updated track, and that being the Old Spanish Trail Highway update. But the other thing I wanted to discuss, and as always, if you're new to my channel, I'll always have a timestamp in the description if you just want to jump straight to the replay. I'll always have that in any video I do. But there's a running joke in my family that I'm the alarmist of the family. In other words, ooh, global warming, ooh, climate change, ooh, glass half empty, things like that. But on that basis, I want to discuss something that I've had a really strong feeling about for the last, say, month or two, because it's a pattern that I just can't explain any other way. Now I can't substantiate this, I have no facts about this, it's just a feeling. So if you have an opinion about it, please write it down in the description because I'll be interested in your thoughts about it as well. So let me explain. And it comes about because some of the bigger channels, you know, like Gamer Muscle, always use the expression, please hit the bell icon. But I've never done that. I've never actually clicked on anyone's bell icon. What I do is I have a setting, and to be honest I can't even remember how I created it, but as you see here on the left is that I have it so that in my subscription feed, anyone with a new video automatically jumps to the top with the number of the amount of videos that I haven't watched next to the name. And the most prolific of these tends to be Ferrari Man 601 that can do 4 videos in one day or a 48-hour period. So he might have the number 3 beside him, which I've seen quite regularly. Regularly? But what I specifically wanted to talk about was a pattern that has happened in the last month or so, where channels that I've subscribed to because just for any reason, but they have been sim racing channels, have appeared in this list with the number beside them, but every time I click on them they haven't done a video for about 7 to 8 months, maybe a year. And a great example, if we look here at this list, is Steen. Now Steen's an old racer from the Extra Mile days in his Sunday Sub Showdowns. But if I click on here, now he has done a video in the last 3 days, but previous to this it was a couple of months and 6 months ago that he has done a video. But if I go at the example that I want to use is one of my favourite previous channels, which was Play Everything, who has now just done the switch to, ironically, to Switch and does streaming over at Twitch. But he hasn't done a video for 5 months. So this is where I wanted to have the discussion, because I've got a feeling that YouTube is going to do something, but I have no basis for this theory. And so to be clear, the specific pattern that I've been noticing over the last month or two is that for every channel that has a new video and I watch it, they disappear, or that is, the number disappears and just confirms that I've watched the video, and they're no longer in that list until they do another one. But what's been happening is a lot of these channels have been appearing, have no video released for, for that 6 to 8 months, but won't go away either. And so all of you know the whole situation, or most of you would be aware of the situation that's happening with Copper, the FTC and YouTube, and all these three things are totally separate to each other, but all affect each other, of course, in the rules that they are going to apply. And in the Copper case, it's about protecting children. And so what the gut feeling that I'm getting is almost as if YouTube is saying to me, you better watch channels like Play Everything and watch, or if we go to another one who's a good friend of the Extra Mole Tuna, and saying you better watch these 2 videos because they've been a year old, because next month we could be doing a big spring clean and say see you later and say goodbye to any channel that is not uploading. Now, what I'm specifically talking about is I don't think channels with say 2 to 800 subscribers will disappear if YouTube feels that they're making enough videos or uploading enough to allow them to get to 1,000 subscribers in the way that I did. But I've got a feeling that people like Tuna, who haven't done a video in over a year, are going to find themselves gone, unfortunately. At least that's my theory, because they keep appearing all the time in a way that YouTube is like subliminally saying to me, you better watch these videos because soon they will be gone. So this is just my theory, just my thoughts, because I can't explain why all these channels that haven't done a video for so long keep appearing in my feed, and yet there's no other reason that I can think of. But if you can think of a reason, or you have an opinion, please leave it down in the comments below. But in the end, I can't help getting the very strong feeling that YouTube is about to do another big purge. And I've seen them do this many times before with fake channels and things like that, or advertising channels that just try and subscribe to you to push their agenda. But I feel that it's going to happen again with channels that haven't done a video for a long time, unfortunately. Okay, so on a brighter note, hopefully, let's head on over now to the updated Old Spanish Troll Highway and check out how it looks with the newly refurbished track surface. So this is Michael signing out for Single Racer. I'll catch you next time. See you later, and let's go hot lapping.